They built structures we still can't replicate, engineered water systems that defied gravity, carved entire cities from solid mountains, and moved stones that would crush modern cranes. These weren't primitive societies. These were civilizations that mastered engineering we're only beginning to understand. No computers, no steel machinery, yet they achieved what our best engineers call impossible. The evidence is right in front of us, photographed, measured, and completely unexplained. These are 10 impossible civilizations that actually existed. The Lycians carved cities into vertical cliff faces, hundreds of feet above the ground. The tomb of Amyntas looks like a Greek temple, except it isn't built. It's carved entirely from a sheer cliff. Columns, pediments, decorative reliefs, all sculpted in reverse, while hanging off a vertical wall. They created necropolises in the sky, yet left no trace of how they did it. The Hittites were the first civilization to smelt iron on an industrial scale, around 1400 BCE. At Hattusa, they built fortifications with 30-ton stones, fitted without mortar. They engineered dammed reservoirs and channels carved straight through solid rock. Most of their construction techniques died with them. The Aksumite Empire raised some of the largest single stones ever erected by ancient peoples. The Great Stele, nearly 100 feet tall, over 500 tons, carved from a single piece of granite, decorated with windows and doors, transported miles, and somehow raised upright. No ancient crane could lift it, no wooden rollers could support it, yet they did it anyway. The Minoans built Europe's first advanced cities, complete with multi-story buildings, and what appears to be the world's first flushing toilets. At Knossos, their plumbing wouldn't be matched for 3,000 years. Terracotta pipes with tapered joints, parabolic channels preventing overflow, settling tanks that cleaned water, and hydraulic cement that hardened underwater. Then, around 1450 BCE, the entire civilization vanished, taking their engineering knowledge with them. The Sabaeans built the Great Dam of Marib in the 8th century BCE, a structure that stood for over 1,000 years, 2,000 feet long, 60 feet high, interlocking stones with no mortar. Its spillway system automatically diverted excess water, requiring hydraulic calculations that supposedly didn't exist yet. When the dam finally failed, the entire Sabaean civilization collapsed with it. 5,000 years ago, the Jomon and Ainu people built Sanai Mariyama, a settlement far more advanced than anything hunter-gatherers were supposed to build. Massive wooden pillars over 3 feet wide, set in precise configurations, implying towers and load calculations. They crafted lacquerware requiring exact temperature control, and pit houses with advanced drainage systems. All of this, thousands of years before organized civilization supposedly began. The Chachapoya built cities in the clouds. Quelap sits at 10,000 feet, surrounded by walls up to 60 feet high. They built on near vertical slopes, moving stone across terrain that barely supports human passage. The Revash funerary complex sits in vertical cliff faces, accessible today only with technical climbing equipment. Whatever paths they used are gone. The Huarpa engineered aqueducts the Inca themselves couldn't match. The Cumbamayo aqueduct, carved around 1500 BCE, cuts through volcanic rock with exact slopes maintained for miles. Zigzag sections slow water to prevent erosion, and tunnels pass straight through mountains with perfectly smooth walls. When the Inca conquered the region, they kept the Huarpa system exactly as it was. They couldn't improve it. Much of it still works today. The Majapahit controlled maritime Southeast Asia through engineering mastery. They built ports with breakwaters, dredge channels, and massive warehouse complexes. At Trowelin, they engineered brick-lined pools and channels, fed by aqueducts that required precise surveying. Recent radar scans reveal the capital was far larger than believed, a planned city rivaling medieval European capitals. The Kingdom of Kush built pyramids steeper than Egypt's, over 70 degrees, angles Egypt abandoned as too unstable. Their iron smelting was so advanced, slag heaps remain visible today. Their hafirs, artificial reservoirs lined with waterproof cement, held millions of gallons of water, supporting entire populations through droughts. They mastered the Nile's cataracts, building harbors and canals where Egypt said it couldn't be done. These civilizations solved problems we're still analyzing. They worked stone with millimeter precision, controlled water across impossible terrain, and engineered solutions that outlasted empires. The structures remain measured, documented, undeniable. But the knowledge died with them. Perhaps they understood something we've forgotten. This is Mythos Archives, and we are just getting started. Subscribe and descend deeper into the forgotten world beneath our own.